Hi,
Hi,
Sujata.
hi Rohit. Rohit, can you provide an overview of BERT Labs and its proprietary BERT platform solutions, and how does AI or IoT technology enhance the solution's capabilities?
BERT Labs, Sujata, was founded in 2017. There's only one ultimate objective we have, which is to build one of the largest global technology conglomerates. So, a company which can solve several complex problems through BERT platform solution innovation. So, research and innovation is one of the pillar on which we are building BERT Labs. So, whatever development we do is all BERT proprietary and patented, both on AI side as well as on IoT side. And what we do is we help corporations and governments achieve their digital transformation goals and business transformation goals. So digital transformation today needs to go along with the physical infrastructure which the companies they lay out for manufacturing of their products. In fact, digital transformation infra needs to precede physical infra. So that's what we are helping our clients with. And when we do that, we obviously achieve end business objectives, which is around ESG, sustainability, energy, carbon, production, quality, uh, and safety. Because we bring in overall efficiency in the manufacturing ecosystem, it has impact on all these uh, business use cases. So in terms of BERT platform solution, so there are two elements to it. The solution is at the intersection of AI and IoT. So IoT part is to have data capture and data sensing infrastructure because all AI models are only dependent on data. So you put in the garbage in the model, you will get the garbage outside. It's like neural network of human minds. If you and I feed in garbage as inputs to our mind, the output which we'll get is all garbage. So quality of data is paramount. That is why we have built suite of 7 IoT devices. They help us to capture different data points. These data points, vary from operational, health related, production related, quality related, data points of process lines and equipment, energy related data point, the thermal air quality parameters from the ambient, because that also determines the quality of product in few cases. And then there is a IoT powered wireless sensor network, which helps us to real time transmit data. Because the solution is all real time, which is real time learning. So the AI models which we end up building is all self service, real time learning models. So we need to have an infrastructure which is able to real time capture, real time transmit data. Then we need to have AI models get hosted in a very scalable, seamless uh, production environment. So that also gets created by us.
Mhm.
So it's a distributed computing platform what we build.
Okay.
So it helps us, to real time store data because today the challenge which corporations have globally is all their data at one place.
Mm.
So in terms of storage, processing, analytics, and then most importantly, AI compute. So that also has been built by us. So this big data lake, software repository, and control tower gets hosted on any of the cloud server, any of the on-premise server, as well as on the edge computing devices. So devices which are very close to the equipment,
Okay.
manufacturing equipment. And then finally, the AI models. So this is, because we are talking about manufacturing, where pure sciences becomes very important for the models to learn because all these equipments and process lines they work under the principles of 8 to 10 physics principles, 8 to 10 chemical engineering principles. So this gets modeled by us. So understanding, the heat exchange, understanding the hydraulics, and understanding the heat mass transfer, etc. Similarly, the chemical engineering principles. So these models, they give output, and the output of these models are integrated with the output of neural network models. So these are pure data models. So there is, time series historical data on which deep neural network models are trained, and we get outputs. These outputs are, the performance of the manufacturing plant. So we integrate, the pure sciences model output with data model output, and we create digital twin. Now these are operational digital twin. Now this digital twin, you can, be sitting in your Delhi office, and you will be able to real time know the state of your manufacturing plant in Vizag or in Tejpur or in Pune. And not just that, you will be able to know the predicted state of your manufacturing plant, how going into the future your manufacturing plant will perform. So that is the operational digital twin we end up building.
Okay.
On these digital twins, we train our reinforcement learning agents. So reinforcement learning is again combination of two very powerful neural networks. So it helps us to optimize. So that's what we have ended up building at BERT Labs. So BERT Labs today, as I speak with you, is deployed at close to 30 clients and their manufacturing plants, from pharmaceuticals to automobile to chemical, cement, FMCG, pulp and paper, white goods, etc. And this is deployed both on the process side, utility side, to achieve the business objectives.
So, you have positioned yourself as a preferred digital transformation partner, especially for companies in the chemical sector. Could you elaborate on the key factors that make your organization as a preferred choice for these companies?
It is for chemical industry. It is for specialty chemical industry. So chemical industry would be around soda ash manufacturing, caustic soda manufacturing, textile manufacturing, specialty chemical products like caustic chlorine, sulfuric acid.
Mhm.
Now, all these, they become raw material for API manufacturing in pharma. So
Mhm.
that's how, we go to API manufacturing in pharma. Then from API, we go to formulation. So the API become raw material for formulation,
Okay.
where, the capsules and tablets are manufactured. So this is how, we are catering to the requirements of the companies, both in chemical as well as in pharmaceuticals. Besides this, we also work with automobile, two-wheeler, four-wheeler in their paint shop. We work with cement industry. We work with FMCG. FMCG would include, shampoos and soaps, as well as white goods and pulp and paper. The end-to-end comprehensive solution, what I have explained it to you, which is the ability to sense, ability to real-time transmit what you have sensed, ability to real-time store data and very intelligently, ability to process real-time, analyze real-time, and most importantly, create AI models, which is learning all the time.
Mhm.
Your mind and my mind learns all the time. So we create, neural network for these machines. For the neural network of these machines, or in other language, reinforcement learning agents of these machines to learn about the requirement of these machines. So this end-to-end solution is what differentiates us, number one. Number two, the way we sense and the granularity at which we sense. Because as I said right at the beginning, that everything about AI is data. So it's very, very important for us to have high quality data. So this is the second point, what differentiates us from our competition, and therefore makes us as the preferred partner when it comes to digital transformation for our clients, which is the ability to sense.
Mhm.
Then we have, four-prong, this is the third point. We have a four-prong control strategy. Now, nobody among the global technology companies, among the early stage companies anywhere in the world, they have a four-prong control strategy. So what does it mean? So the first set of controls, they get executed from our two controllers,
Mhm.
BERT Mini and BERT Minicom. Now they are directly integrated with the equipments as well as the field instruments. The second set of controls are AI controls, which gets executed from our edge computing devices, BERT Titan and BERT Aksh. Now these are also proprietary patented. The third set of controls get executed from the client's on-premise server. These are also AI controls. The fourth set of controls get executed from any of the public cloud. It could be Azure, it could be AWS, it could be Google Cloud. So what this ensures is business continuity. You spoke about COVID. Now, because of COVID, if the Chinese factories are down, or an Azure data center somewhere in China is down, now the load of that server needs to be taken by the on-premise server, and which very seamlessly happens as part of Bird platform solution in terms of AI controls getting executed from the on-premise server, and it's not just dependent on the cloud server, which is in center in China or in Hong Kong. Similarly, if for some reason the on-premise server is down, the AI compute can happen from our edge computing devices, BERT Titan and BERT Aksh. So there's a third differentiation, and therefore why we are the preferred partner. The fourth is in terms of the neural network which we build. Reinforcement learning is one of the most powerful technologies which will change, the way we operate anywhere in the world. Why is that? Because it mimics human mind. Your faculty, my faculty, Ivan's faculty in terms of ability to see, hear, listen, they become state space. And based on the state space, we take actions. And we take actions keeping, the end objective in mind. Some of the action, they give us favorable experiences. Some don't. Actions which give favorable experiences, they are repeated by us. And they are repeated to the extent that the learning gets maximized. This is reinforcement learning philosophy. So we create reinforcement learning frameworks for all the process equipment, all the utility equipment, the unit operations in the manufacturing plants across plants and industry verticals I have spoken about. So this is the fourth reason why we are the preferred partner. Fifth reason is we combine the first principle modeling, where we get inside an equipment, how an equipment compressor, for example chiller, is used for heating and cooling in manufacturing plants. Now, the heart of the chiller is the compressor. How is compressor performing real time? Now, we will not come to know only through data. We have to get behind, the physics which defines the compressor and simulate that. So we do that simulation, we do data simulation, and we combine the two. So this is, the fifth differentiation why we have clients, who prefer us than our competition. Sixth is, our ability to scale up, because it doesn't make sense, for the client to invest in digital transformation infrastructure, AI and IoT for one plant. Unilever, for example, has 100 plus plants globally, 185 plants, 200 plants globally. Now, for a Unilever to work with Bert Labs, it is not, just for one factory. It is for a scale up in multiple factories globally in over 70 countries.
Mhm.
So BERT platform solution enables that. Why? Because BERT Nova, our distributed computing platform, BERT Optimus, BERT Geminis, our AI platform, all that is same for all the factories, for all the product lines, for all the process equipment. There is some tweaking which is required to these models, and it has the ability to scale up.
Okay.
So in a year's time, we can scale up globally to over 100 factories. So this is the reason why we are the preferred partner.
So sustainability, energy efficiency improvement, decarbonization, zero carbon. and carbon neutrality. These are the essential focus areas for many industries today. How does your organization address these challenges through its solutions? And could you provide some examples?
As I have shared with you, that Bird Platform solution, it focuses on bringing in overall efficiency. Now that leads to multiple business objectives which the client achieves, and one key business objective is around energy and carbon. Now, I'll give you the example of Unilever House. There was a technology prior to deploying Bird Platform solution, which was from one of the largest global technology companies. Their latest technology was deployed, and it's a 1 million square feet campus which houses R&D facilities, pilot manufacturing, as well as the head office of Hindustan Unilever Limited. Now, our solution was deployed on their HVAC system and ended up bringing 52% energy efficiency improvement. Now, the cheapest way to bring in CO2 emission reduction is to bring down, the kWh consumption, which is the power consumption, and also in case of factories, manufacturing plants, fuel consumption. Now, another example is we work with pharma formulation and pharma API. Now, pharma as an industry is a huge energy guzzler. It's one of the top three energy cost for pharmaceutical industry. Now, pharma is very FDA regulated here in India, and anywhere in the world, it's very, very regulated. So any deviation, obviously, there is question from the regulatory authorities, and the deviation beyond a certain time period leads to cancellation of the license. So in a stringent environment like this, how every single time we meet the operating conditions and bring down the energy consumption of HVAC systems, which is chillers, pumps, cooling towers, air handling units, variable airflow volume, as well as boilers. These are industry grade boilers because relative humidity is critical for these formulation and API qualifying areas. So in pharma also, we are bringing in 30% on the power side, 20% on the fuel side reduction. And that in turn, leads to the carbon footprint reduction. Now, clinkerization is a key process in cement manufacturing. The raw material limestone to become clinker, and from clinker, to become the final product, which is cement. Now, the major equipment or process of a clinkerization process is kiln. Now, kiln goes through a combustion process. So, how Bird Platform solution improves the efficiency of the combustion process and therefore reduces the consumption of coal, because for the combustion, coal is used. Plus, there are other fuels which are used, but it's majorly coal. So the energy reduction is not just in context of power, but also fuel, because 85% of energy consumption in cement is fuel consumption, 15% is power consumption. The same is, for example, in FMCG, in pulp and paper manufacturing. Now, there is production of pulp, and then there is production of paper. Now, to service both these core manufacturing, we have chemical recovery section. Chemical recovery section has a key equipment called evaporator, where the weak black liquor, it acts as an input, and the output is the heavy black liquor, which goes into the green boiler. Now, this process consumes steam. So, Bird Platform solution is reducing the consumption of steam, and that in turn reduces the consumption of coal, which is used by the boilers to generate steam and supply steam, to the evaporator. We have Bird Platform solution deployed in automobile manufacturing. Paint shop is a huge energy guzzler. Now in paint shop, we have ovens. Now when, the first layer of paint coating happens in a car body, it's called body in white. Then it has to be baked. Now that baking process happens in a 330-meter tunnel, and it has, heat up zone, hold up zone, cooling zone. Now, there is a temperature profile which is maintained in these zones, and it is maintained because the surface temperature of the BIW needs to be maintained to ensure that the baking happens adequately. Later on, the paint should not get peeled off. Now, we improve the efficiency of the air and the temperature profile inside the oven while we reduce the fuel consumption of the tar burner, which is generating heat, and that heat is used to provide the temperature profile of these zones. And second, to maintain the temperature profile, also fans are used. So the motors, the pumps which supports these fans, they are run efficiently through our solution, and therefore the reduction in power. So in paint shops, again, both the reduction in the consumption of fuel and power, we bring down the energy consumption by 30%, 20% respectively. And that in turn has an impact on the CO2 emission. So these are, some of the specific examples how we are bringing down the energy consumption, and that in turn helps our clients reduce on their carbon footprint.
You have set a very ambitious growth target, aiming to grow at around 500% year on year over the next 5 years, with a goal of reaching around 1 billion USD plus in revenue before the IPO, which is due in FY 25-26. What are the key strategies and the initiatives in place to achieve this growth? And are there any specific sectors or market that you are planning to focus on?
Sure. Just one correction here, Sujata.
Mm-hmm.
We have changed the projection guidelines from FY26 to FY27
Okay.
in terms of achieving the 1 billion US dollar revenue target and go for a US IPO,
Okay.
for a very fundamental reason that for 2 years we were not able to deploy our solution
Mm-hmm.
because visitors were not invited in manufacturing plants until,
Okay.
say, Q1 or Q2 of last financial year because of
Mm-hmm.
COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So all those deployments have started to happen over the past 6 to 9 months. So because of which we have revised, the revenue guidelines. But
Okay.
still, obviously, these are stiff and ambitious, as you said, revenue targets.
Mm-hmm.
Now, ours is a not sales-driven approach. It's a pure product management-driven go-to-market strategy. So what it means is we deploy our product, and our clients, they license out these product for the digital infrastructure and for the end business objectives. So this inherently makes our model very scalable. So if I start with an FMCG company in one plant, I can scale it up in few tens of plants and few hundreds of plants in anywhere from 12 to 24 months because of the product management led GTM strategy. Because today, as I speak with you, all my AI baseline models are ready. So my AI baseline model for HVAC system in manufacturing plants in commercial buildings are ready. My you know deep reinforcement learning models are ready for evaporators in specialty chemical manufacturing, in pulp and paper manufacturing, and in few other manufacturing ecosystem where evaporators are used. Similarly, my baseline models are ready for paint shops, from ED tank to ED oven to paint booth in both four-wheeler manufacturing as well as two-wheeler manufacturing. For the process of clinkerization in kiln, my
Mm-hmm.
baseline models are ready. So they can be, with some tweaking, be deployed at multiple cement manufacturing plants of one client to uh, cement manufacturing plants of other clients. So this way, we have the AI baseline models ready for other unit operations in other plants. The second is, as I was sharing with you, in addressing, the prior questions, that we have big data lake software platform and big data lake control tower. So this is a multi-tenant distributed computing platform. So very seamlessly for clients across sectors and for manufacturing plants in a particular client organization, it gets hosted. And what gets hosted can be leveraged for multiple plants. So if I have hosted BERT Nova distributed computing platform for Unilever for uh, one plant, I can leverage the same for all their plants globally. So potentially, what you are understanding from me is that sensors, ERP solutions of different plants across globe, the data will get stored at one place, which is BERT Nova hosted on a cloud server. So this obviously makes the model very, very scalable. Third thing is in all our contractual agreements, we have a clause where if BERT platform solution is successful in one plant, it will be scaled up across India and across the globe. So these are, some of the reasons why we are super confident and our order book is very strong, giving us, the blessed growth which we are talking about of achieving $1 billion revenue by financial year 27.
Do you have any collaboration or partnerships with that you have engaged in?
Um, that's an interesting question because today, technology with any company needs to coexist with collaborations. So our technology, Bird Platform solution, is highly, highly democratic. So we collaborate with our competitors. So at the client sides, there are existing PLC network, DCS network. This is, from Emerson, Siemens, Honeywell, Allen Bradley Rockwell, Yokogawa, ABB, and other industry focused companies like Doer in automobile, FL Smith in cement. Now we collaborate with all of them. We have to. They have to with us because our controllers, our PLCs need to integrate with their controllers and their sensors, their VFDs. Then there is a software to software collaboration because our software needs to integrate with the existing software of a client. It can be a ERP software from
Hmm.
SAP or from Oracle. Now through API calling, BERT Nova speaks with a third party software and picks up all signals. Now our enterprise software platform, BERT Nova, needs to be hosted on a cloud server. So it could be Azure, it could be AWS, it could be Google Cloud. So that's another collaboration which we go through. The GTM strategy, one is obviously directly with our end clients. The other is, with some of the consulting companies who have approached us. The third is, with the OEMs of these equipments, which by themselves are multi-billion US dollar revenue organizations. So if you have chillers which are powered by Bird platform solution, it makes chillers energy efficient. If you have, ED oven, which is Bird platform solution powered, it makes the process of ED oven very efficient. So we collaborate with Doer. So these are, some of the collaborations which we go through.
Okay. What's your vision for the future? What's your organization's vision for the future?
Vision is $1 billion US revenue is the first major milestone. Continue to build this into a multi-billion US dollar revenue company. Market cap is something which will take care of itself. Very, very profitable in financial year 27 when we reach a billion. Our EBITDA margin would be 52%. Then be, the technology partner of choice for our clients across sectors where we can digitally transform their business and help them achieve all their strategic goals. So today, a chairman, a CEO of a Fortune 100, 500 company their goal is not revenue and profit, market cap. Their goal is to be carbon neutral. Now, how do we help these companies get there? Also, how from India we can have a company where the focus is research and innovation, and therefore build products and platforms which the world can use. So, BERT platform solution products and platforms which the world can use.
Okay.
And then, the larger mission while we do all this is how we can build institutions in different industry verticals from India. Because one major way of creating India as the most powerful nation in the truest sense is to build institutions. Now, if we are able to transform the way a chemical company in Gujarat, or the way a pulp and paper manufacturing company in Punjab, or the way a pharma company, and these are medium enterprises, anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 crore revenue company, and they have the ability to through BERT platform solution, digital transformation, to manufacture world class products and become one among the top three globally. So we create more institutions, and that's how we build our nation. So that's the larger overarching purpose what we have.
Thanks, Rohit. Thanks for your time and thanks for giving us insights into what Butlak is up to in terms of revolutionizing the industries with AI and IoT solutions.
Well, thank you very much, Sujat.